Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Random Fandom. I'm your host, Raywood, and the first time I did this, for some reason, it did not work. Or at least what happened was that for some reason, it only recorded 24 minutes of my precious time. And it lied to me. Also, it did not cut off at 56 because I was in here shouting at y'all for about an hour. Hello? Okay, let me check the pop-up because for some reason it refreshed the screen. Excellent. Okay. Well, whatever. That's fine. Da, 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 da. All right. Okay. It's me. Welcome back to the Random Fandom. I'm your host, Ravenwood. I'm your host, Ravenwood. Hello. Okay. So now that we got that clear, right? Poppy Playtime Ponder. All right. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over here. Just YouTube. What we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna do this. We got this. To the tab. Okay, select window tab. Audio is being recorded as well. Windows, Chrome, entire screen. Also, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Select. Okay, this just doesn't make any sense. This does not make any sense. All right. Come on. No, I want. Ooh. Okay, this does not make any sense, but for some reason it's. Okay, come on. YouTube, come on. All right. Entire screen. Window. Oh, select this one. Okay, yeah, okay, hold on, wait, no, not that tab, not that tab, not that tab. Hold on. Oh, no. Not that tab. Hello? Come on. Come on, man. Why does it say offline? No. It should not be saying offline. Come on. Work with me. Why? This is abysmal. Hold on 1 second. 1 moment. Technical difficulties. Dashboard. Upload. Please. Thank you. Thank goodness. Thank the Matrix. Okay, we don't want this. We don't want that either. But what we do want is select, entire screen, audio, Chrome tab, one moment everybody. Well, we'll get this situated. No, please just set it as a separate tab. Wait, hold on. Ideas are forming. Wait a second, hold on. Window, Chrome tab. Come, please give me something. It's not wanting to work. Well, while we're sitting here trying to figure out how this thing works, even though it worked last time like a brilliant scientist, I just want to share this screen. Share me this screen. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, I think I got something. It just needs to take a minute. Give me a moment. One more moment, everybody. One more moment, everybody. Okay, so let me hit cancel there. Activate this here. There we go. Select this screen as this one to be shared upon. Please share. Also, internet connection, please also work. Please don't cut me off at the worst possible moment. All right. Okay. Hide. Okay. Here we go. Now, we're going to go into history because that's where we all learn our history from. Okay. So, a lot of YouTube theory. Okay. There's a reason why I have these recorded screens. Okay. When it comes to playtime and whatnot, right? For some reason, the moment they hear this line in particular, not this one. I understand that it seems like he's talking to us, but he's not. He's a recorded message. You know, everyone from FNAF 1, remember how like the phone guy, how everyone theorized that those recorded messages on the phone from phone guy were recorded messages. It took us a while to figure that out. That phone guy wasn't talking directly to us. That it was actually those were actually recorded. And people also theorized that the phone guy and William Afton were the same. I'm not 100% on that direction, right? I'm not 100% on board on that. Maybe on that theory that phone guy and William Afton were the same character. But regardless, hear me out. Um, okay, first of all, take notice the environment. Everything else looks destroyed. This one looks very dirty. Like it's this cutout is very dirty. Now, anyways, hey, I remember you is a consistent line throughout the series or throughout the chapters where you have a character that talks to you and say, I remember who you are, or I know who you used to be, or something along the remember you, right? I don't think Bubba Fett knows who we are, but rather who killed him knows who. Yeah, who, but rather the person to witness his say his last lines, right, and killed him. He knows who that person is. Whoever killed Bubba Fett. Also, notice it's a bit dirty. I'll get to that here in a minute. This cutout in particular is very dirty. It's very ugh. It just looks like it just hasn't been washed. But in comparison to everything else, it looks fairly new. Like it was made, but either A, due to the environment or the time it's been here, right? When it's just right? By the time it's been here, and also it's kind of looks more neglected than the other ones. I won't say neglected. Neglect. Well, to be more, to have it more, to have the suggestion is neglected and abused and whatnot. It would have like a small like tears or the paint peeling off and whatnot. No, the paint's not peeling off, and this is not that old, right? Bubba Fett's cutout, cardboard cutout, is it's here. It's been a while, obviously. So take notes on that, right? I don't think he's talking to us on that. Now, I said now listen. Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm wrong about this one, Chief. Oh, hold on. I almost forgot to edit the thumbnail, but one moment. Hold on, let me. There's also I need to figure out whether or not if my live stream's working. This always happens. Okay, so as you can hear, right now, notice something about oh, what's his name? Kickin' Chicken. Sorry, it's right there. Kickin' Chicken. Notice something about his cardboard cutout. It's not as old or it's not as dirty. It is dirty, but it's not as dirty as Bubba Fett's cardboard cutout. Now we're gonna skip these two, or we're gonna skip these two. Now hers hers is fairly clean. Hers is fairly neat, not as dirty, not as awful. Uh, not as like not as ugly. Does that make sense? I hope this makes sense. And I'm also hoping that this is being recorded. as because the last time I attempted this, nothing was work. Everything worked, but not. But the program, the connection, everything else was just terrible. Um, but the previous live streams were great. So, uh, well, yeah, the previous live streams, they were great. They were decent, and it could be the weather. Let me check something here. Okay, testing, testing. All right, okay. So, as I was saying, whether you can see what my screen is showing to you or not doesn't matter. Whatever, doesn't matter. As long as I hope you can hear it, probably, or at least you can hear what I'm saying. Okay, so her cardboard cutout is fairly looks fairly new, and that's odd. Why would hers be fairly new? I'm trying to skip over the specific one. And if we go over Hoppy Hopscotches, I'm not certain if it's picking it up. Hers is also fairly hers is also fairly new, right? Now it could be that the developers of the game overlooked this and right. Hers look fairly new. Her Hoppy's cutout, a cardboard cutout looks fairly clean. It could be the environment. It could be the environment, granted, but it also could be that it's also just terrible. I mean, it could be a new cutout or that the environment is terrible. Sorry, or that the developers kind of just rushed job these ones. But however, regardless of that, what we see here is now canon. What we see here is now going to be in. Well, not canon, but like, yeah, it is canon. Like, I guess visual details kind of don't help, maybe. But regardless, okay, this one looks fairly new, right? The details do matter. The devil in the details do matter, right? I don't think they're talking to us. We weren't here when they perished. We weren't here when they died. Also, here's another thing that I have to point out for Dog Day. It's a little misplaced that he's not the last one we find, but Crafty Corn is the one that is the last one that we find. Whatever. It's a small detail that can easily be overlooked. But anyways, Dog Day sounds a bit younger. And what you also have to notice here, his the environment in the background looks terrible, looks disgusting, right? But the cardboard cutout for Dog Day, not as dirty, not as disgusting, right? It looks fairly new. Again, I want to point that out for a reason, right? for those who have played the game, I haven't played the game, but like I like to watch people play and whatnot because I can't get the game, um, unfortunately. But you know, and plus that, yeah, I'm not that into the whole puppy playtime game or whatever. I just like the lore. I like the story and the whatnots, right? And I'm not gonna go very deep into my thought process here. Um, if I did, this would be a much different episode. But this is a impromptu live stream, and I also hoping that it's collecting everything that I'm putting out there, and I'm probably this is my mistake to try to do this in the weather that we're having. So it's fairly raining, but however, there's been times where I would have like a live stream that would process 100% of everything I'm saying. But anyways, this is an impromptu live stream, and I made it into impromptu live stream because I wanted to get as much as my thoughts out there, right? Lickety spit, because it's not my normal thing that I do where I just make a theory video. Oh, woohoo, theory video, right? I don't typically do that. And I don't want my first theory video, whatever, or like I say official theory video, but like I don't want my first fully detailed like video or essay video or whatever you want to call it, right? To be just my thoughts, just something that was just that I just wanted to get out there, it, you know, and just be like, oh, 2 minutes, me 2 or 5 minutes of me making a point that may or may not be there, right? So again, I feel like when a lot of people jump to the conclusion that like, oh, he remembers us because an elephant always remembers, right? I don't think he's talking to us because A, it's a pre-recorded message, and B, it's actually more or less of catnap talking to us and also using the other cardboard cutouts to scare us. Maybe not necessarily us in particular, because they do look fairly old. Maybe there was another person that went down there and has made it down as far as the basement, or maybe they were already in the basement to begin with, right? Let me check the connection. Excellent connection. Only 2 views because only 2 people, me, have viewed at the moment due to taking care of maintenance or not. Making sure the string doesn't fall and collapse. Oh no! So that's why you would. I don't have another. I don't have another monitor or anything like that, or I don't know how to like. I don't know how to do that without. I had to check onto my like computer or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying at the moment. I don't know how to officially pick up my phone, if that makes sense. So I'm still an amateur here, a beginner, kind of just figure things out. But again, I just wanted to post my thoughts out here. Nothing too articulate, nothing too grandiose. Oh, here's a pop-up animation. Bazinga, right? I didn't want it to linger too long, even though it's been like 24 minutes, right? But I also wanted to like show me viewing or at least watching that, or at least trying to watch that. I'm not certain if you're going to see that through the live stream. At least you can hear. So, but if you listen to the dialogue, or if you rewatch videos on the video clips of their dialogue onto YouTube, and if you look at the environment of where the pop-up card, but I don't want to say pop-up cutouts, but they're cardboard cutouts. The cardboard cutouts. Whew, if you were to take a look at the cardboard cutouts and which ones dirty, which one's clean, which one's whatever, right? It could be, again, it could be the environment, setting, dripping down or dirtying up the cardboard cutouts, but I think they're fairly new. And I don't know why, but there's some theorists out there, not to name anybody. There's some theorists that are like, oh, they're talking to the player when they used to work here. I'm like, I don't think that's the case. I do think that's the case with Mommy Long Legs and Miss Delight, right? But I don't think that's the case with Bubba Bubba Fett. I feel like that's more like Catnap talking to us through what Bubba Bubba Fett said to him. I think Bubba Bubba Fett knows Catnap, whereas Catnap knows us. Does that make sense? I feel like that's what's going on here. And I also feel like those cardboard cutouts. I said it right for once. I feel like those cardboard cutouts are actually were made fairly recent, like sometime after they died. And of course, the only person to have recorded their voices and who can also mimic other people's voices, like the tape recording of the at the beginning of the chapter where you go through the maze of the building, and you listen to old like recorded tapes of like a case, a murder case that happened with some random child, and apparently the prime suspect is Elliot Ludwig, right? The CEO of the company, right? I don't think it was him. I don't think he killed the child either. A lot of people are like, oh, it's obvious he killed the child. But it also feels like I feel like yes, he did commit a lot of bad things here at the company, but I don't think he killed anybody. If that makes any sense. It doesn't fit the profile that we see so far of Elliot Ludwig. He just feels like he wants to have a child, and child dies. Now he's remade the Poppy, right? I do feel like yes, he does like understand the horrible experience happening here, but I feel like that he was not the guy who killed that child. But that's a side theory. That's a side reason why I'm here. That's like a side note. Something I forgot about. But anyways, also Catnap also caused like hallucinations throughout the chapter, where we see like a giant white skinny horror monster version of himself that only appears once, I guess. Maybe, I'm not certain. Maybe he also appears in the final boss scene, which is kind of feels like it was kind of also slapped together. I wouldn't say slapped together, but it feels like it's just they developed it, but they like play test it or whatever, or fine tuned it, from what I've seen from people's playthroughs of it. But anyways, so you have that, right? You have all that going on. And it just feels like maybe like Catnap was using Bubba Fett's words against him towards us, right? It feels like Catnap it's actually Catnap who knows that he knows us, but Bubba Fett knows who Catnap is, and that is why Catnap killed Bubba Fett, right? Is the reason why Catnap killed Bubba Fett, because he does not care about his past. He does not want to remember. He probably doesn't even want Bubba Fett to remember. Or to remind him. Sometimes you gotta just shut up, Bubba Fett. And so there's that. Then there's also the fact that kicking chicken. Sorry, not kicking. Ooh. There's also the fact that kicking chicken wanted to go outside. Catnap guided him outside. There's also the fact that Dog Day wanted Catnap to leave, but then he gets his limbs severed off. Right? I feel like all those lines weren't directed at us, but rather directed at Catnap. They all were talking to Catnap before they perished. And I think that some of the hidden or some of the messages, well, I want to say some of the messages, he also utilizes some of what they say or what they have said, right? I feel like there's with some of them from like Dog Day when he said go as far as you can, right? I feel like Catnap utilized that so that he could also tell you, so that he could also tell you to go as far as to go away. He doesn't want to see you. I don't think Catnap really wants to kill anybody. Truly, probably, maybe he does. He's messing with you. In the chapter, they literally say that he likes to play with his food. He likes to toy with us. Toy, pun intended. Right? And so, I feel like with that happening, right, you have to take that as part of the notice, right? So, what do we do here, right? What do we take with that knowledge? I feel like he's just using this as scare tactics. Even later in the chapter, he even uses his own voice, or technically doesn't have a voice. I'm guessing I don't know. I think that was kind of dropped last minute of saying, he doesn't have a voice. And neither does Bobby, but for some reason she has dialogue. So I'm assuming that maybe at one point she does gain a voice, right? Her voice box finally kicks in. I'm also assuming that's the same thing with Catnap. His voice box finally kicks in. I'm assuming that's what the scientists there overlooked was like, why aren't their voices working? They were trying to figure out so many times why weren't their voice box working. Some of the other smiling critters, their voices, they worked, right? Some of the other toys, they worked, right? But I guess with some of the other toys, they have to also work. Not that they were mute themselves. I feel like eventually learned, and not learned, but they eventually gained their voice box, gained their voices back or something. I don't know. Spitballing here. But anyways, that's the end of this ponder, of this thought. Again, I want to point it out there. I wanted to throw my thoughts out there as fast as I can in the best way I thought possible. I may have to do this again a third time, and then just make it into a video of just me just talking, and then uploading it. Oh well. But regardless, that's the end of the video. All I gotta say is that I don't think Bubba Fett was talking to you directly. I think at the time it was actually just Catnap utilizing what Bubba Fett said to him, so he can scare off other victims, so that he could. And I don't think he had recorded those voice messages just for the main character. Maybe, probably. I do feel like that he recorded those messages for further use. Maybe just in case if someone else fell in. And we also don't know when they perished. It could have been right after the Hour of Joy, and definitely sometime before we returned. Okay, we can confirm that sometime in between the time that we had left the factory and when we came back to the factory, they grew up as adults and died. And that's also another thing. Why do they sound like children if they're now adults? Especially Dog Day. Now, it could be that maybe, Bobby. Why does Bobby, again, Bobby, according to the book, has no voice or is mute for the most part. Catnap, from some of the lore, I think, I can remember, Catnap was also mute, I guess, at one point. But the thing is, I could go on and on about this topic here, this issue. Oh, crud. But that's all I got. See you all soon in the next video. Remember, please, to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to watch more. Comment down below what you think about the characters. And that's it. That's all. I honestly need to get rid of this blue shelf that's behind me. The blue shelf that says "Long live the fan," but it's whatever. See y'all soon. Bye. Bye.